People who at best are supposed to be in the class studying have now appointed themselves, self-appointment of imams, of sheikhs, and so on, and begin to give fatwa of knowledge they don't have, quite unfortunately. Peace and adoration are due to Allah, the one and the only one, the creator, the nourisher, and the sustainer of the world, who made ideal leadership, responsible leadership, exemplary leadership, a path for the safety of the society. Allah the Most High, subhanahu wa ta'ala, showered an accolade on the personality of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for these distinguished leadership qualities in Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam: ideal leadership, responsible leadership, exemplary leadership in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah in the glorious Quran said, for the inherent mercy of Allah in you, which Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala conferred in you, you became so lenient to your companions, Ya Rasulullah. Because of this, as a leader, you are lenient, you are affable, you are kind-hearted, O Rasulullah. If you have been rude and hardened, they would have dispersed away from you. Therefore, pardon their shortcomings, O Rasulullah. As your followers, they may have one shortcoming or the other. Pardon them. Seek for Allah's forgiveness for them and consult them in the affairs of community. And when you resolve after consultation to undertake a mission, then put your trust in Allah, for Allah loves those who put their trust in Him, the Most High. This underscores the most important qualities of ideal leadership: responsible leadership, exemplary leadership. This is indeed very important. I bear witness and testify that nothing whatsoever deserves true worship except Allah alone, the Most High, who says in the glorious Quran, urging Prophet David, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, to be steadfast on justice in his leadership, in his judgment within his own domain and community. Allah says, O David, we have made you a Khalifa, a vicegerent on earth. Therefore, adjudicate and judge between people in truth, and follow not your whims and caprice that will delude you from the path of Allah. Allah the Most High urged Prophet Dawood, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, mandating him to be just in his leadership. Of course, leadership without justice, leadership without responsibility, leadership without exemplary quality is a doom. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala relieve us of this. I also bear witness and testify that our master, our model, our guide, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, is Allah's servant and messenger, who said in hadith, indeed the just in their leadership, those who exemplify ideal leadership, exemplary leadership, responsible leadership, will be on the day of standing on a very high pulpit. Those who are just in their own leadership, just those who are just in their own judgments and in their families and in their subjects, they are epitome of exemplary qualities worthy of emulation in every leader. Therefore, it is indeed really very, very important that our leaders, Muslims, should begin to look at the leadership style of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whatever you want, all the stages in political administration are based on consultation. But you can see in this chapter of the glorious Quran where Allah urged Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Elsewhere in Surah Ash-Shura, he said their affairs is consultation among them. We must consult. By consultation, we will be guided and we will do the rightful thing. He says, may Allah's peace and benediction continue to be on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his distinguished family and respected companions, and all those who in righteousness emulate them. May Allah make us be among them, the Most High. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the theme of the sermon today centers thus: ideal leadership. Ideal leadership is the solution to the problems of the northern Nigerian Muslims. Ideal leadership, responsible leadership, exemplary leadership. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, fear Allah and be conscious of Him, the Most High, and take a very special interest in seeing that you bring on board ideal leadership, responsible leadership, exemplary leadership in between you. That is, brothers and sisters in Islam, the basis of safety and development in our own society. That is because Allah the Most High attaches importance to leadership and made it even an obligatory or an obligation while observing some of the fundamental principles of Islam. Some of the fundamental aspects of worship in Islam have been tied or attached to leadership, like praying, salah, that you do it in the obligatory prayers behind an imam, and that you should not precede you should not precede the imam, and that is having been warned in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You should not be faster than the imam. You should not perform any aspect of the worship before the imam. That has been said according to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imam, a leader, has been placed for you in prayer in order that you copy him and you emulate him. If he makes the takbir, do it. If he bows, do it. If he goes for sujood and prostrate, do it. Don't do it before him, so that your prayer will not be invalidated or vitiated. So also in Hajj is done under the leadership of an Amirul Hajj. And the first Amirul Hajj of this Ummah was Prophet Abubakar, was Sayyidina Abubakar radiyallahu anhu. He was appointed by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be the Amirul Hajj. That is why we have copied today in various countries when we go for Hajj. All contingents from various countries are under an Amirul Hajj, but not a ceremonial Amirul Hajj, who will not even go and perform the ibadat, and who knows even nothing about the Hajj itself. That is our problem, that the one who is charged with this responsibility must be learned and knows how to guide. This is it. Also in jihad, it is done under the leadership of an Amir. Brothers and sisters in Islam, dear distinguished, respected brothers and sisters in Islam, most especially in this part of the country, the northern part of the country. Do you know what is our biggest problem? Do you know what is our biggest problem? Our problem is not in the absence of hospitals, companies, establishments, universities, and so on. Wallahi, our biggest problem, our biggest challenge, and our biggest catastrophe, our biggest trial is in the absence of ideal leadership, responsible leadership, exemplary leadership, through which we will be able to develop and have all these things that we have mentioned before now. And that through responsible and ideal leadership, our communities develop and we become to the envy of all. And indeed, what we see of socio-political, economic, and technological advancement in the world is as a result of good leadership. If we have good leadership, naturally these things must have to come. Because when you budget, the budget must go there and must be implemented. In the first place, it will be implementable, and it will be implemented, and it will be observed, and things must be done right, whatever we see. This pilgrimage we go to Dubai, now Qatar, and so on. You think Qatar just came like that? No. It is as a result of responsible leadership, ideal leadership. It is indeed very important. And that anything other than this, we never can get it correct. And until we do it, we are disintegrated, we are in disarray. Even the most sorry state of this created the community. People who at best are supposed to be in the class studying have now appointed themselves, self-appointment of imams, of sheikhs, and so on, and begin to give fatwa of knowledge they don't have, quite unfortunately. And until we really do the right thing, then we're in trouble and we're in a problem. And because we have no laws, anybody who wants, he can just mount his own camera and continue to talk on things he has no knowledge of, and he goes scot-free, and he will misdirect people and so on. So this is really a very sorry state of the problem. So if ulama have fallen into this lizard hole, then whom are you thinking? And if you are an alim, you know you are an alim. If you are not an alim, you know that you are not an alim. And that when you come to teach what you know. What you don't know, just say Allahu alam. This is the teaching of Islam. This is what is expected. This is our own responsibility. Can you tell me today, in this part of the country, do we have one leader that will say, I direct that we do this, and everybody does that? Because unfortunately, things have deteriorated, and we must really do something. Brothers and sisters in Islam, until when? When is the time that we will really be discerning and call ourselves to order and begin to do the right thing? It is indeed very important. Envy, hatred, and manipulation are in us, but all of us, the elites and the elites in the society, what we do is only at best to complain. And we are supposed to move. And we are supposed to really begin to strategically plan and see how we can become the way Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala wants us to be. For Allah changes not the condition of people unless they change what is in themselves. We must try and we must do it. The truth is bitter, and the bitter truth must be said. We cannot continue this way. وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ الْعَلِيِّ الْعَظِيمِ. The most famous aphorism attributed to the third caliph of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Uthman ibn Affan, that Allah the Most High mitigates the perpetration of corruption through purposeful and ideal leadership. What Quran will not do, meaning You can continue to quote verses and do tafsir and read a hadith to people in order to be good. But they will not be able to do that unless there is in place a strong leadership, ideal leadership, exemplary leadership, which punishes whoever does wrong, whoever does contrary to that which has been established as the societal norm. This is indeed very important. May Allah wa ta'ala guide us aright. May He continue to be with us. Brothers and sisters in Islam, while coming to observe this khutbah, the sad news of the demise or the death of one of our friends and brothers who is a pillar in this masjid, a very humble person who maintains his own personality in dawah and continues to do it. His daughter passed away. I learned that she's an adult of about 25 years, maybe even a family woman. The daughter of our brother Malam Melikari, may Allah wa ta'ala have mercy on her. And that another thing, Allah so willed that he will not be available, and the mother of their own daughter. They are all out of the country, and this happened, and that today, inshallah ta'ala, after the Salatul Jum'ah, we'll do the Salatul Janaza, and everybody should remain where he is in the masjid, inshallah ta'ala. The corpse has already been placed in the Imam's chamber. That is where inshallah ta'ala will pray. Just remain where you are, and inshallah ta'ala will pray. May Allah forgive her. May Allah grant her Jannatul Firdaus. May Allah ta'ala make her among the forgiven ones. We ask Allah ta'ala to console her father and her mother and all their loved ones. And if our time comes, may we pass as mu'minun. May Allah ta'ala grant us His own mercies. May Allah continue to be with us. May He continue to guide us. We ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring the quickest and strongest intervention in the northern part of the country in order to be out of the quagmire of so many of the negatives in the economy, in the security, in education. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala enlighten the hearts of those at the helm of leadership, inshallah tabaraka wa ta'ala, to do their bid. But really we have to work, and may Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala accept. May Allah be with us subhanahu wa ta'ala. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.